it's Barbara again from Millers Florist. Today I'm going to show you how to make a lovely Halloween arrangement and have a bit of fun with it as well. The ingredients I'm going to use today to make this fun pumpkin are some nice foliages. We've got the lovely palm leaf. We've got a nice big monstera leaf. And for a filler we're going to use a bit of the salal foliage. We've got the acuba, which has got a lovely shine and a lovely yellow spot on it, or otherwise called the spotted laurel. We've got one large pumpkin. When you're choosing your pumpkin, try and choose a flat one. And then we've got the smaller pumpkin. We've got the lovely physalis, which is a Chinese lantern. Some rose hips, giving different textures. A fabulous coloured purple gladioli. Some orange gerbras. A bit of twig to give it that autumny look. And then the sundries we're going to use, we need a glass vase, any glass vase you've got in the home. We need some raffia. Some skewers that you use for kebabs. And then for safety reasons, what we're going to use today are the battery operated lights opposed to the tea lights, which have got a naked flame, which obviously will burn the flowers, or the heat from the naked flame would actually, the flowers wouldn't last very long. So that's what we need to make this fabulous fun arrangement. This is a pumpkin that Andrea carved out for me at the shop. She's scraped the inside out and then she's done a really nice smiley face on the front. And then we've done a small pumpkin. Again, exactly the same, a little smiley face. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the small pumpkin to the big pumpkin. And this is why I said you need a nice flat pumpkin. So I've just pierced some holes. I'm just going to push it right through the big pumpkin to hold it in place. It's best to probably use 2 skewers. Need a little bit of brute force to get it through. And once it's in place, nicely in place there, I'm going to just chop off the spur sticks. Again with a bit of brute force. That just holds the pumpkin in place. Then with your vase, we're going to fill that up with water and place that inside the large pumpkin. And then we're ready to go and arrange the flowers into the vase. First of all, get a nice clump of green of the acuba, and we've got the salal. This helps to keep your flowers in place and that they don't move about. To get a really always strip all the foliage off the stems as well, because we don't want any foliage going under the water, because if we do that it creates bacteria in the water and then your flowers won't last as long. So we're going to start with these lovely gladdies, and this is just to give it a little bit of height. Such a lovely colour these are. We're going to do it so it's facing forward, this arrangement. So this would be lovely for if you're having a Halloween party. It would be nice to put on your food table. So all the time when you're doing this, just add a little bit of foliage in just to support the stems. Then we're going to put a couple of the lovely orange gerbras. And if you, as you notice, I do them in nice little groups. They get more impact in groups. Again, just add a little bit more foliage in here. Just snip this off. Like so. And then I think we'll have some of the nice black twig as a bit of a background. As you can see, it's beginning to take shape. The orange is lovely because it'll bring the orange of the pumpkin in. Then I'm going to bring the physalis. This is lovely for hanging over. side, the Chinese lantern, and really let that flow out so that you can see the beauty of the lanterns hanging down against the greenery. And then I'm going to put some of the little berries, the rosettes around the bottom. That's to give it that lovely autumny feel. I love that because it gives it a lovely different shiny texture. Then the palm leaf, which we're going to bring that out to the side to give it a bit more width. And then this lovely big monstera leaf at the bottom, just to give it that bit of dramatic look. And then all we're going to do then is get the raffia. Best thing to do is just tie it in a knot just to keep the raffia all together, and just wrap it round a few times, firmly but not too tight that it breaks the stems. And once you've wrapped it round a couple of times, then you can lie it down gently and then just tie it in a knot. Like I say, a nice firm knot but not too tight that it breaks the stems. And then that's your arrangement. Now with a good sharp pair of scissors we need to chop the stems off to fit into our vase. So firstly, cut a few off, but don't cut it too short, and then you can always chop a bit off. You can't put the stems back on. So first just chop some off and then just measure it and try it in the vase to see if it actually fits. And as you can see, that's too high. So again, I'll chop a few more bits off. Again, making sure you don't cut too much off. And then just squeeze the stems together and actually pop it into the vase. I'll just turn it around this way to see if I've got it the right height. Yeah, I think that's just a touch more off, I think. Just so it sits nice and snug in the vase. Just turn it round so you can have a look at it. And that's the lovely arrangement. And now for the final touch, we're just going to put the little battery operated lights in. As I explained earlier, these do last longer than your tea lights, and the heat of the tea lights would burn the flowers. So all they are, the little lights, you just twist them and then the little light comes on, and then they'll flash on red, yellow, oranges and colours. So all we're going to do is going to pop them into the pumpkin, like so. And then we'll twist this one on and we'll pop it in the little one on top. There we go. And I hope you agree that's a really fun arrangement to do if you're having a nice Halloween party. You know, something a little bit different and brings a fun element into it. We're going to break off now because, believe it or not, it's such a sunny day you can't actually see the lights. So when it goes dark later, we'll show you it all lit up.